For weeks, the question at the front of everyone's minds has been, where is Kate? While the rumour mill continues to churn out a never-ending stream of ridiculous theories, it appears the Princess of Wales has come out of the shadows. According to The Sun, Kate has been seen in public for the first time since undergoing abdominal surgery. And you saw, of course, the front page of The Sun this morning, in which it basically said that she had been spotted going out and about at a farm shop in Windsor. Now, we may have some news for you, figuring out exactly where that goes, because people said after The Sun published that, well, where's the picture? Where on earth is the picture of Kate? And why have we not seen it? And why would The Sun publish a story saying that she's been seen out and about, but they wouldn't take a picture? But the thing about the way that The Sun operates is that The Sun will be probably looking for that picture, and then they'll make a decision about whether to publish that picture, because, of course, at the moment, some of the phone calls I've been getting personally from the United States of America in particular have been unbelievable. Piers Morgan said today that he's been getting more calls from the US of A about this and about the Kate situation than he got when the Queen actually died. Because, of course, for all those people who say, oh, you must leave them alone, you mustn't allow them to in any way have to tell you what they're doing. They don't have to reveal what it is that's going on inside their own health, inside their own personal lives. They don't have to do it. But the bottom line is, unfortunately, we're not talking about shy and retiring individuals. We're talking about the future king and queen of this country. And so, tonight, The Sun, in an incredible exclusive, has that latest exclusive footage from The Sun. Kinsey Schofield, host of the To Die For podcast. Kinsey, welcome to the Independent Republican microphone once more. Happy Monday to you. Now, you've seen that for the first time, literally seconds after I did. Tell me what you think of it. Tell me what you make of it.
Well, we did hear over the weekend, there was an article in the Times that clearly the Prince and Princess of Wales gave some close friends permission to talk to this reporter. And one of the things that stood out to me was this quote about Prince William finding it especially challenging, all of this attention, and feeling that the couple's bubble is coming under threat. And then you see pictures of them in a parking lot, and you see video of them in a parking lot a mile away from their home. And you realize their bubble truly is coming under threat. And this is exactly what I was concerned about with all the social media speculation, that privacy that they worked so hard to build around them and for their children and their family around Windsor was going to be jeopardized because of somebody wanting attention online.
Exactly right. But it has been getting to ridiculous proportions. I mean, I don't know if you've noticed it, Kinsey, but I particularly have. I mean, obviously, I've got family over there. I've got a lot of friends in the United States and people who you wouldn't normally expect to be minutely interested in the ins and outs of the life of Kate and William have been sort of texting me, sending me WhatsApp messages, what's going on, how is this happening, what the hell is going to be next, and all of that. I'm hoping that this piece of footage that we've just seen will lay all of that to waste, won't it?
Absolutely. I'd like for my ex-boyfriend's roommates to stop sending me text messages asking about the Princess of Wales. We no longer communicate with each other. I don't understand why you think you have that permission to do that. But here in the States specifically, Catherine's net favorability rating among Americans continues to dominate. You know, she's plus 37 points versus Meghan Markle's plus 8. So the American media and American public is very much enamored with this woman. Almost triple the articles written about her within the States than Donald Trump or Joe Biden combined. So there is real interest within them. Where I find it appalling and gross is when you turn that interest and concern into some of these kind of gutter rumors that I'm having to address on a lot of these, international stations. And here in the United States, they want to go into some of those ugly rumors.
Exactly right. And I mean, one of the things I think that people misunderstand about the way that all of this stuff happens is that if the royal family says something is going to be the case, then that's entirely within their purview to continue to keep that. I think the mistake that they made, though, was that Mother's Day photograph. I mean, if they hadn't done that, we wouldn't really be where we are. I mean, there would have been some low-level kind of, bitching and moaning on Twitter, as there always is, but it wouldn't have become the thing that a big sort of American, all big American TV news networks were carrying this stuff, weren't they?
I think that you're exactly right. And by all accounts, that was a last minute decision. That was not a strategized execution. So you see that in the results, the messy results of that photo. All of Catherine's friends that have spoken to media under the radar have said that was, with good intention, she wanted to surprise the world with a sweet new photo. But, Mike, I just want to stress to people, the Prince of Wales has been through this before. Prince William saw the media and the public turn on his grandmother after they held the children back after the death of Princess Diana and chose to grieve in private for a few days, refused to lower the flag. He saw the uproar that happened around his grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, and he also saw them forgive his grandmother. And he also came out to defend her later and say, we really needed that time as a family to be alone. So he's seen that kind of the roller coaster, and he knows that while people might be upset about the lack of transparency, ultimately they will forgive him and his wife because they absolutely adore them.
Right. I mean, I hope that this does put an end to all the speculation. I really hope that people, start to calm down a little bit. But what I've been saying doesn't change, that, that was a very odd thing that happened over Mother's Day weekend, and it probably was a mistake. And, perhaps that one day they will address that. Well, there's already stories being written that, that Kate may make some kind of speech at some point, possibly just before Easter. She may say something at the birthday of one of her children. They may issue a statement of some kind. But what I hope doesn't happen is that people look at that footage that we've just shown from the Sun newspaper tomorrow and then say, oh, she doesn't look very well, or, oh, she looks a bit thin, because obviously if she's recovering from surgery, she's going to look as if, she's not perhaps glammed up to the nines.
Correct. I mean, we're going to see that speculation because, even with what we saw with Russian media over the last 24 hours, there is a real morbid curiosity surrounding this family right now, and people want the extreme. They want bad news. They want to keep this story going because it's become an addiction to some of them. So unfortunately, that conversation is not, the conversation is going to happen online. People are mean-spirited there. But I do think we've heard she's recovering very well. We can look forward to seeing her as soon as Easter. And, while she was upset about the fallout regarding the photo, she's in good spirits when it comes to her recovery.
Yeah, absolutely right. And meanwhile, King Charles, similarly, is determined to get back to work as normal. And he's saying that he's going to attend the Trooping of the Colour in June, despite his own ongoing treatment for cancer. It may well be that he's not able to be on a horseback, or he may have to ride in a carriage. But, I mean, it would be great to see him.
Absolutely. And I think that it's great that we're already talking about this, planning for it, and looking forward to this event. It's one of my favorites. Especially over in the States, we love the pomp and ceremony. We love seeing the king on horseback. It really gives him such, it's a handsome look, obviously. It's a look of leadership. And if we see him in a carriage, so be it, because I do believe it's best that they listen to the doctor's advice. But we also got used to seeing the Queen in her carriage. So yeah. I don't think it's going to make anybody think any less of him if he doesn't get on horseback. But obviously, we do love the pomp and ceremony when it comes to big events like Trooping the Colour.
Yeah, absolutely right. And finally, another book out, Sally Bedell-Smith, claiming that Meghan Markle is as narcissistic, controlling and dominating as Wallis Simpson. I don't suppose terribly many people will be surprised to hear that.
Yeah, Sally Bedell-Smith, who's met the king several times. She's met Princess Diana as well. She associated, in these very tight little elite circles. So I always get a kick out of seeing what she has to say. I am not a psychologist. I can't diagnose Meghan Markle, but I'm certainly interested in listening to more of Sally's commentary when it comes to Meghan's attitude. I think the real strength in her argument is that both Edward and Harry are pretty weak individuals that allow the women to wear the pants in the family. And that is something I can absolutely agree with.
Yeah, absolutely right. I mean, I guess it's too soon to know as well, but I wondered how the new venture was going. Have you ordered any jam from Meghan yet?
I saw the funniest comment about the name American Riviera Orchard. Somebody
Right.
said, "This sounds like a senior living facility," and I can't get it out of my head. That is
It really
exactly what
does.
it sounds
Well, do you
like.
know, I've known America as a country. It's sort of my adopted home. I've never heard of that California coast there being referred to as American Riviera. Maybe I'm just out of touch with the trends, but when I used to go to Santa Barbara quite regularly, used to go to LA a lot. Nobody ever referred to it as the American Riviera.
No, I've never heard of it referred to as that either. But I just think it's such a pretentious name. When you look at Gwyneth Paltrow's brand Goop, it's almost silly and fun to say, and it's just not what you expect from such a beautiful woman. And so I think that the name is so pretentious, especially when you think about the fact that Meghan Markle wrote Congress telling
Yeah.
them that she was the girl that ate at the $4.99 salad bar at Sizzler. It's like, what? Who are you?
I know. The hits just keep on coming. Kinsey, great to see you as ever. Thank you very much indeed. Kinsey Schofield, host of the To Die For podcast there with her take on this newly released footage, which we have exclusively revealed to you here on the Independent Republic of Mike Graham from the Sun newspaper. A great exclusive from them. We'll bring you more on that with the panel a little bit later on.